Jony and his elephant. In the small town of Willow Springs, tucked away in the countryside of the United States, lived a curious boy named Jony Parker. He was 9 years old, with a head full of wild brown hair and a pair of sneakers that were always muddy from his adventures. Jony loved animals more than anything. While most kids his age dreamed of having a puppy or a kitten, Jony's dream was bigger, much bigger. He wanted an elephant. Now, elephants weren't exactly the kind of animals you could find wandering around in Willow Springs. The closest Jony had ever come to seeing one was at the state zoo 2 hours away. But one summer morning, something incredible happened. While exploring the woods behind his grandparents' farm, Jony heard branches snapping and the heavy sound of footsteps. At first, he thought it might be a deer, but as he pushed through the tall grass, he froze. Standing right there in the clearing was an elephant, a real, live elephant with gray wrinkled skin, a swinging trunk, and gentle eyes. Jony's mouth dropped open. The elephant looked just as surprised as he was. He noticed a tag on its ear with faded writing, Savannah Circus. Jony suddenly realized the elephant must have escaped from the traveling circus that had passed through town the week before. Instead of running away, Jony slowly stepped closer. The elephant sniffed the air with its long trunk and let out a soft trumpet sound. Jony grinned. "Hey, big guy," he whispered. "I think we're going to be friends." From that day on, Jony and the elephant, whom he named Sammy, became inseparable. Adventures with Sammy Jony knew he couldn't exactly hide a full-grown elephant, but Sammy was surprisingly quiet and gentle. Every morning before school, Jony would sneak to the woods with apples, carrots, and buckets of water from the farm well. Sammy loved splashing in the pond and following Jony around like a giant shadow. At first, Jony thought it was his secret, but secrets don't stay hidden in small towns. One evening, when Jony and Sammy were walking along the dirt road, his best friend Mia spotted them. Her eyes nearly popped out. "Jony Parker," she gasped, "you have an elephant?" Jony begged her not to tell anyone, and Mia promised. Instead, she helped. She brought hay from her family's barn and even painted a giant tarp to look like trees so Sammy could hide in the woods better. Together, the kids went on wild adventures, riding Sammy through the fields, playing hide-and-seek among the tall corn, and even sliding down his back into the pond on hot summer days. For the first time, Jony felt like he was living inside the kind of adventure story he'd always read about. Trouble comes. But soon, the circus owners began searching for their missing elephant. Posters with Sammy's picture appeared around town. Lost elephant. Reward offered. Jony's heart sank. He knew the circus hadn't treated Sammy kindly. The elephant's skin still had faint marks from chains, and he would sometimes flinch at loud noises. Sammy deserved freedom, not a life of being forced to perform tricks. One afternoon, men from the circus showed up at the farm. They asked Jony's grandfather if he had seen anything unusual in the woods. Jony's chest tightened, afraid his secret was about to be exposed, but his grandfather just scratched his chin and said, "All I've seen are some noisy crows." That night, Jony told his grandfather everything. To his surprise, the old man smiled kindly. "Son, some things are worth protecting," he said, "but we'll need a better plan than just hiding him." A new home for Sammy word spread quietly through Willow Springs. Instead of turning Sammy in, the townspeople came together. Farmers donated food, the local vet checked on his health, and Mia's parents helped build a huge wooden shelter at the edge of the woods. Sammy became part of the town, a gentle giant that everyone adored. Finally, Jony's grandfather contacted a wildlife sanctuary in Tennessee that specialized in caring for elephants rescued from circuses. When the sanctuary team arrived, they were amazed at how healthy and happy Sammy looked. The goodbye was hard. Jony hugged Sammy's rough trunk, tears in his eyes. "I'll miss you, buddy, but this is the best thing for you." Sammy wrapped his trunk gently around Jony, almost like a hugback. As the truck drove away, Jony felt both sad and proud. He had given Sammy a new life, one filled with fields to roam and friends of his own kind. Epilogue. Years later, Jony would often visit Sammy at the sanctuary. By then, he was taller, older, and dreaming of becoming a wildlife conservationist. But whenever Sammy saw him, the great elephant would lift his trunk and trumpet loudly, as if to say, "I remember you, my first real friend." And deep down, Jony knew that no matter where life took him, he and Sammy would always share a bond that nothing could break.